Hello and welcome to Teacher Rohulah's channel. In this video, I'm going to work on exercise 3.2 of Cambridge Primary Mathematics Workbook 3. And this exercise is about subtraction. Let's start with the first question. In question 1, it says, complete each subtraction. Show how you found each answer. We have a 2-digit number and a single-digit number over here. So we will use counting back strategy for all these numbers. The first part of this question is 38 minus 5. To find the answer to 38 minus 5, I will draw a line and assume that 38 is at this point. Now we count back 5 numbers: 38, 37, 36, 35, 34, 33. So this point is 33. If we count back 5 numbers, we will get 33. The second problem is 49 minus 7. Again, I will draw a line. We suppose this point is 49. We count back 7 numbers. So 48, 47, 46, 45, 44, 43, 42, 42. How many numbers did we count back? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Means if we subtract 7 from 49, we will get 42. So I will write 42 over here. The third problem is 64 minus 7. 64 minus 7. Again, I will draw a line. We say that 64 is at this point. We count back 7 numbers: 64, 63, 62, 61, 60, 59, 58, 57. So 57 is here. How many times did we count back? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This means if we subtract 7 from 64, we will get 57. The last problem is 25 minus 8. Because I said I will use count back in this question, so here also I will draw a line. We assume this point is 25. We count back 8 numbers: 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17. So we counted back 8 times: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This means if we subtract 8 from 25, we will get 17. The answer is 17. We are done with question number 1. Let me scroll down to move to question number 2. In question number 2, it says, complete each subtraction. Show how you found each answer. So to find the answer to these problems in question number 2, I will use column subtraction. Column subtraction, because in some cases we may need to regroup as well. So I will show how we can regroup in subtraction. The first problem is 169 minus 6. So to write 169 minus 6 in column subtraction, we have to make sure the ones digit is under the ones, the tens digit is under the tens, and the hundreds digit is under the hundreds. Because we have only one digit, so we will write it under ones. 9 minus 6 is 3, and 6 minus nothing is 6. 1 minus nothing is 1. So 169 minus 6 will be equal to 163. The second problem in this question is 238 minus 4. So 238 minus 4. We have to make sure 4 is under the ones place. 8 minus 4 is 4. 3 minus nothing is 3. And 2 minus nothing is also 2. So the answer to this problem is 234. The third problem in this question is 134 minus 8. Again, I will use column subtraction. 134 minus 8. Over here, we see that we cannot subtract 8 from 4. So what do we have to do here? We can regroup. How to regroup? We borrow from the tens place, which we have 3. So if we borrow from 3, we will have 2 here. And the number in the ones place will become 14. Now 14 minus 8 will be equal to 6. 2 minus nothing is 2. And 1 minus nothing is 1. So 134 minus 8 will be equal to 126. This is how we can regroup in subtraction. The last problem here is 243 minus 7. 243 minus 7. Again, we have to align the numbers. We should not forget this at all times. So 7 also cannot be subtracted from 3. We borrow from 4. We will have 3 in the tens place and 13 in the ones place. So 13 minus 7 is 6. 3 minus nothing is 3. And 2 minus nothing is also 2. This means that 243 minus 7 is equal to 236. Well, we are done with question number 2 as well. Let's scroll down to move to question number 3. In question number 3, it says, estimate and then complete each subtraction. Complete each subtraction. We have two numbers, one 3-digit number and one 2-digit number. To estimate, the first number is already rounded. So we have to round the 2-digit number also. If we round 42, which is a 2-digit number, 42 rounds to 40 because 2 in the ones place is 4 or less. So we write 40 here. 180 minus 40 will be equal to 140. We say that the estimated answer is 140. Now here we have a number line. This number line shows that 184 minus 40 is 144. We have to subtract another two numbers as well. So 144 minus 1 is 143 minus another one is 142. It means the answer to this problem is 142. 184 minus 42 is equal to 142. The second problem in this question is 361 minus 33. Again, we have a 3-digit and a 2-digit number. So 361 is already rounded to the nearest 10. We will round 33 also to the nearest 10. If you round, this rounds down. So we will get 30. I write 30 here. 360 minus 30 will be 330. It means if we subtract 361 by 33, we will have 330, almost 330. So again, a number line is used here. We have to show what number is subtracted from 361 that we got 331. This for sure is 30. 361 minus 30 is 331. We have to subtract another three numbers as well. So 330, 329, and 328. 328. This means if we subtract 3 from 331, we will have 328, which is the answer to 361 minus 33. So the answer I will write here is 328. We are done with question number 3 also. Let me scroll down to move to question number 4. In question number 4, it says, Amir did not have enough time to finish his calculation. Complete them both for him. We have two questions over here. The first one is on the left side and the second one is on the right side. In the problem to the left, we have 458 minus 246. So he has already rounded his numbers to the nearest 10 and he got 460 and 250. 460 minus 250, we can subtract ones from ones, tens from tens, and hundreds from hundreds. So 0 minus 0 is 0, 6 minus 5 is 1, and 4 minus 2 is 2. This means the estimated answer is, or the estimated difference is 210. And we have to remember that the answer to a subtraction problem is called difference. The answer to an addition was sum, so the answer to subtraction is difference. Now to find the difference, he has used partitioning. He has partitioned his numbers to 400 plus 50 plus 8 and 200 plus 40 plus 6. Some students make mistake while partitioning their number when they have subtraction. They put a negative sign here. You don't have to put negative sign because this partitioning shows the whole number over here. It does not show subtraction. Now we subtract ones from ones, tens from tens, and hundreds from hundreds. So 8 minus 6 is 2. Again, we give the plus sign. 50 minus 40 is 10. We should not forget the plus sign. 400 minus 200 is 200. Now 200 plus 10 is 210 and plus 2 it will be 212, which is very close to the estimated answer. In the problem to the right, we have 373 minus 217. Again, he has already rounded his numbers to the nearest 10. So he got 370 and 220. So the same way as the previous one, we subtract ones from ones, tens from tens, and hundreds from hundreds. 0 minus 0 is 0. 7 minus 2 is 5. And 3 minus 2 is 1. It says that the estimated answer is 150. Now he has left some of the parts which are going to be partitioned empty. So 373 is equal to 300 plus 70 plus 3. The second number is fully partitioned. Now we cannot subtract 7 from 3. And we have to regroup here as well. Now to regroup, we cannot borrow only one number for this. We have to borrow tens because from the tens place, we can get only 10. If we borrow 10 from 70, 60 will be left here and we will have 13 here. 10 plus 3 is 13. 13 minus 7 is 6. Again, we have to give the plus sign here. And 60 minus 10 is 50. 300 minus 200 is 100. So the answer that we get is 100 plus 50 is 150 and plus 6 is 156. This means the answer is 156. We are done with question number 4 as well. Let me scroll down to move to question number 5. In question number 5, it says, sort these subtractions into the table. Here on the left side, it says, change a 10 for 10 ones to find the answer. No regrouping is needed to find the answer. We have on the right. So from the numbers which are given here, the ones that we have to regroup, we have to put to the left, and the ones that we don't need to regroup, we have to put on the right. We don't have to do any calculations here. We just need to sort the numbers. Starting from the left side, 47 minus 3, we don't have to regroup. I will write here 47 minus 3 because we can subtract 3 from 7. We don't have to regroup anything. And the second one, we have 72 minus 17. Here we have to regroup because 7 cannot be subtracted from 2. So 72 minus 17, it requires regrouping. The third one is 87 minus 29. Again, we have to regroup. So let me not give this. I will give a comma so that you should not get confused. 87 minus 29. We cannot subtract 9 from 7, so we have to regroup. In here, we have 93 minus 8. Again, we have to regroup. So I will put it here. 93 minus 8. 54 minus 5. Here also we have to regroup. So I will write down here 54 minus 5. And this one is 61 minus 15. So 61 minus 15, to subtract, we have to regroup here also. So 61 minus 15. 76 minus 23. We don't need to regroup, so I will write it here. 76 minus 23. So I have to give a line so that I should not forget this. And the last one is 57 minus 7. Here also we don't have to regroup because we can subtract 7 from 7. So 57 minus 7. Our work is done. We don't have to do any calculations here. We just need to sort the numbers that require regrouping and the numbers that do not require regrouping. Well, in question 6, it says, the shop has 268 meters of rope. Min buys 5 meters. How much rope does the shop have now? Well, to find the answer, I will use counting back because we have a single digit number here. Let's say on this line, 268 is here. If we count back 5 numbers, 267, 266, 265, 264, and 263. Let's see how many numbers we counted back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it means 263 meters of rope are left in the shop. In the second part of this question, let me scroll down. Okay. In the second part of this question, it says, the next day, Lucky buys 8 meters of rope. 8 meters of rope. How much rope is left in the shop now? So from yesterday, there were 263 meters of rope. So I will assume 263 meters are left in the shop. And we count back 8 meters or 8 numbers. Let's do this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Whatever number we find here will give us the answer. So 263 minus 1, 262, 261, 260, 259, 258, 257, 56, and 55. This means if Lucky buys 8 meters, there will be 255 meters of rope left in the shop. So we are done with both parts of the question. In question 7, it says, 763 children attend Blue Heaven School. 38 children are away today. How many children are in the school today? Here it asks us to estimate and then find the answer. And we are asked to show our method as well. So to find the answer to question number 7, I will scroll down so that we have enough space. Okay. To estimate, we round to the nearest 10. 763, if we round to the nearest 10, we will get 760 because 63 is very close to 60. And 38 rounds to 40 because 38 is very close to 40. Now, if we subtract 40 from 760, we will have, let's find out, 0 minus 0 is 0, 6 minus 4 is 2, and 7 minus nothing is 7. We will have about 720 students in the school. About 720 students in the school. To find the exact number, we have to subtract 38 from 763 students. So I will use column subtraction here. 763 minus 38. So here we have to use regrouping because 8 cannot be subtracted from 3. 8 is more than 3. To regroup, we borrow from the tens place. If we borrow 1, 5 will be left here, and we will have 13 here in the ones place. So 13 minus 8 will be equal to 5. And 5 minus 3 is 2. 7 minus nothing is 7. The exact number of students in the school is 725. 725. We are done with question number 7 as well. Let me scroll down to move to question number 8. In question number 8, it says, there are 362 people on the train. At the first station, 47 people get off and no one gets on. How many people are on the train now? We are asked to estimate and then find the answer, and we are asked to show our way as well. So to estimate, I will use rounding. 362 rounds to 360 when we round to the nearest 10, and 47 rounds to 50 when we round to the nearest 10. So we have to subtract 50 from 360 to find out how many people will be left in the train. 0 minus 0 is 0, 6 minus 5 is 1, and 3 minus nothing is 3. So the estimated number of people left in the train is 310. Now, to find the exact number, we have to subtract 47 from 362. To do so, I will use column subtraction. 362 minus 47. Here also we have to regroup because 7 cannot be subtracted from 2. So we borrow from the tens place. 5 will be left here, and 12 we will have in the ones place. 12 minus 7 is 5. 5 minus 4 is 1. And 3 minus nothing is 3. So the exact number of people left in the train is 350. Okay, we are done with question number 8 as well. Let me scroll down to move to question number 9. In question number 9, it says, 763 children attend Blue Heaven School. 427 of them are girls. How many boys are there? How many boys are there? We are asked to estimate and then calculate and show the method as well. So to estimate, I will use rounding here again. 763 rounds to 760, and 427 rounds to 430. We have rounded them to the nearest 10 to find an accurate estimation. So we subtract. 0 minus 0 is 0, 6 minus 3 is 3, and 7 minus 4 is also 3. We say that there are about 330 boys. 330 boys. Now to find the exact number of boys, I will use partitioning here. So to partition 763, so 763 will be equal to 700 plus 60 plus 3. And 427 will be equal to 400 plus 20 plus 7. Now we have to subtract hundreds from hundreds, tens from tens, and ones from ones. But there is a problem. We cannot subtract 7 from 3. Here we have to regroup from the tens place. When we regroup from the tens place, we cannot borrow only 1. We have to borrow 10 because tens place give us only 10. So when we borrow, 50 will be left here, and 10 plus 3 is 13. So 13 minus 7 will be equal to 6. 50 minus 20 is 30, and 700 minus 400 is 300. So the exact number of students who are boys is 300 plus 30, 330 plus 6 is 336. The exact number of students in the school who are boys is 336. Let's now work on question number 10. In question number 10, it says, estimate and then use empty number line to help you find the difference between 426 and 483. 426 and 483. Okay, so before finding the exact number or the exact difference between the two numbers, I have to estimate. To estimate, I use rounding. So I will write 483 first because it's bigger than 426. If you round to the nearest 10, it will be 480. And 426, if we round to the nearest 10, we will have 430 because 6 and the ones place is 5 or more. Now to find the difference between these two estimated or rounded numbers, I will subtract. 0 minus 0 is 0, 8 minus 3 is 5, and 4 minus 4 is 0. I will not write 0. I will say that the difference between the two numbers is about 50. About 50. Now to find the difference, the exact difference between the two numbers, I will assume this line as an empty number line. I will say that 483 is here. If we subtract 400 from 483, subtract 400, we will have 83 here. 83 here. And now we have subtracted 400. Now if we subtract 20 from 83, 20 from 83, we will have 63 here. We will have 63. And if we subtract another 6 from 63, so let me first count back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 63 minus 1 is 62, 61, 60, 59, 58, 57. 57 means the difference between 483 and 426 is 57, which is close to the estimated number. Good, we are done with question number 10 also. Let me scroll down to move to the next question, which is question number 11. In question number 11, we have a long process. Here it says, the subtraction machine subtracts 37 from each number in the grid. Estimate and then complete the answer grid. How will you find the totals? Actually, it would be nice if it was written the difference here because we are subtracting, not adding. So to fill the estimation grid, I will first round 37 to the nearest 10. So 37 rounds to 40, and we will start from the first row of the grid. On the left, we have 179. To round 179 to the nearest 10, we will find 180. 180, because 179 rounds to 180. Now 180 minus 40 will be equal to 140. The second number on the first row is 228. 228, this rounds to 230. 230. So 230 minus 40 will be equal to 190. 190. How I found this is 190? I can count back in tens. If we count back 4 tens, we will find out the answer. So 230 minus 10 is 220, minus 10 it will be 210, minus another 10 it will be 200, and minus another 10 it will be 190. 190, so we found the answer. The third number is 691. This rounds down when we round to the nearest 10, so we will have 690. 690 minus 40 will be 650. We can use counting back here also. On the second row, the first number on the left is 154. If we round 154 to the nearest 10, 154 rounds to 150 because 4 in the ones place is 4 or less. 150 minus 40 will be 110. And the second number is 545. When we have 5 in the ones place, we have to round up. So we will have 550. 550 minus 40 will be 510. And the third number is 472. 472. So 472 will be rounded to 470, and 470 minus 40 will be 430. On the last row, the first number is 989, and this rounds to 990, and 990 minus 40 will be 950. The second number is 863. This rounds to 860, and 860 minus 40 will be equal to 820. And the last number in the grid is 366. Let me round this also. 366, this rounds to 370. 370 minus 40 will be 330. We are done filling the estimation. Great. We will now find the exact difference between the numbers in the grid and 37. The numbers in the grid and 37. So to easily find the difference between the numbers in the grid and 37, I will write 37 under each number, 37. So here I will use column subtraction. 9 minus 7 is 2, 7 minus 3 is 4, and 1 minus nothing is 1. So the first number is done. Here also I will write 37. 8 minus 7 is 1. We cannot subtract 3 from 2. We borrow from these 2. 1 will be left here, and we will have 12 here. So 12 minus 3 is 9, and 1 minus nothing is 1. The answer is 191. The third number is 691, so minus 37. 7 cannot be subtracted from 1. We borrow. This becomes 8, and this becomes 11. 11 minus 7 is 4. And 8 minus 3 is 5. 8. Okay, we are done with 8. And 6 minus nothing is 6. We are done with the first row. In the second row from the left, the first number is 154. So 154 minus 37. We cannot subtract 7 from 4. We borrow from 5. This becomes 4, and this becomes 14. So 14 minus 7 is 7. And 4 minus 3 is 1. And 1 minus nothing is 1. The answer is 117. The second number on this row is 545 minus 37. So we cannot subtract 7 from 5. We borrow from 4. This becomes 3, and this becomes 15. 15 minus 7 is 8. And 3 minus 3 is 0. And 5 minus nothing is 5. The answer is 508. The last number on this row is 472 minus 37. We cannot subtract 7 from 2. We borrow from 7. This becomes 6 and this becomes 12. So 12 minus 7 will be equal to 5. And 6 minus 3 is 3. 4 minus nothing is 4. The answer is 435. On the last row, the first number from the left is 989. So this minus 37 will be equal to 9 minus 7 is 2. 8 minus 3 is 5. And 9 minus nothing is 9. So the answer is 952. Okay, the second number on this row is 863. So minus 37. We cannot subtract 7 from 3. Again, we borrow from 6. This becomes 5 and this becomes 30. So 13 minus 7 is 6 and 5 minus 3 is 2. 8 minus nothing is 8. The answer is 826. The last number in the grid is 366. So this minus 37. We cannot subtract 7 from 6. We borrow from the tens place. So 5 will be left in the tens place and we will have 16 in the ones place. 16 minus 7 will be 9. 9 and 5 minus 3 is 2 and 3 minus nothing is 3. So the answer is 329. Hopefully we are done with question number 11 and I will scroll down to move to question number 12. In question number 12, it says, Ahlia spilled some ink on the ones digit in her number sentence. We have the hundreds and the tens place in both numbers, but we don't have the ones number. But we have the answer, which is 232. Now it is asking us, what could her calculation have been? Find all the possible answers. Okay, to find the possible answers, I will rewrite the numbers here. 5, 5, we don't know what number is here, minus 3, 1, and again, we don't know what number is here. To find the numbers in the ones digit, we have to consider the answer to the question as well. If we subtract 1 from 5, we will have 4, but we have 3 over here. So it means there is a regrouping needed here as well. So one of the possible answers here can be 0 here and 8 here. Now we cannot subtract 8 from 0, we have to borrow from 5. If we borrow, 4 will be left here and we will have 10 here. 10 minus 8 is 2 and 4 minus 1 is 3. 5 minus 3 is 2. We found one of the possible answers, which is 550 minus 318. It gave us the accurate answer which is given in the question. The second possible answer can be, let me rewrite the number again, 5, 5, and we don't know what number, minus 3, 1, again we don't know what number we have here. Here also we have to regroup because we should have 3 in the tens place in our answer. So the answer that we can find here, or the numbers that we can put in the ones place, can be 1 here and 9 here. Now 9 cannot be subtracted from 1. If we borrow from the tens place, 5 changes to 4 and we will have 11 here. Now 11 minus 9 is 2 and 4 minus 1 is 3. 5 minus 3 is 2. Again, we found the answer, which is 232. These are the only possible answers that we could find for question number 12. So we have 2 possible answers over here. With question number 12, we are done with exercise 3.2, which is about subtraction. I hope it makes sense for you and it helps you learn how to subtract and how to use different ways to subtract. And please don't forget to ask if you have any question in the comment section under this video, and make sure to subscribe to my channel, like the video, and share the video with their friends and classmates. Have a nice time and thank you so much.